The reading for Sunday, the 17th of May. At the service this morning at Crusoe High Spiritual Center, Reverend Jesse was talking about the 10 archetypes that Carl Jung came up with in the last century, the famous old philosopher, psychiatrist, you name me what you want. Slightly modified to suit the modern age. It's very interesting, actually. He sort of related that to the tarot deck, and the tarot deck is not really about fortune telling. It's really more about spiritual insights and so on, and about different characters or characteristics. So if that interests you, go look at it. And it will be available on Facebook and YouTube on Creative Life Spiritual Center's pages there. So I think it's worth it. Get my attention the whole time, I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's about a 40-minute talk, but it really kept my attention the whole time. From my handy-dandy positive quotes for every day book, Josh Billings says, life consists not in holding good cards, but in playing those cards you hold well. Life consists not in holding good cards, but in playing those good cards that you have well. It kind of fits in with the talk this morning, so look it up if you're interested. Or if you want a transcript, there will be one available shortly. With that, let's go on to see what Reverend Christine Green's got to say. First quote is from Brian Tracy, who was well known in the self-help movement in the 20th century, maybe even into the 21st century. Practice the art of allowing is the whole talk. Move out of your comfort zone. You can only grow if you're willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new. And the late great Bob Proctor, my mentor, actually, I don't know if he wrote the poem, but he actually gave us a poem about comfort zone. I think I'll publish it next time on the page here. You can read it. It's pretty good, actually. It's worth reading. It's about comfort zones and comforts and discomfort. It's pretty good. And Ernest Holmes in This Thing Called You on page 113 says, since the only life you can have is the life of spirit within you, you need but permit its radiance to flow through your thought into self-expression. Really, you could say that's the art of allowing spirit to flow through you into the world. As I said, that was This Thing Called You, page 113. And Reverend Christine Green says, I was on a walk with my neighbor, and she led us down a street I had never been on before. A traffic sign on the corner said, no outlet. So I never ventured in that direction. It turns out at the end of the street, there's a path that connects to another neighborhood. I realized I'd been walking in the neighborhood for 2 years and had never explored that area. Yeah, there's lots of, quote, dead-end streets around the Woodlands area, especially the part we live in, but they're not dead ends for pedestrians, they're only dead ends for vehicles because, as she says, there's a connecting path between the two. Anyway, let's carry on because she does have a message, obviously, related to this. Isn't that similar to life? We may struggle on the same path over and over, not realizing that the newness we're looking for or the answer to a question is just around the corner. Sometimes it takes someone with a different perspective to show us the way. Sometimes it takes a brief moment of courage to try something new. Oftentimes, she says, I find that if I'm willing to let go of my preconceived ideas or my attachment to wanting things look a certain way, I can step back and allow something greater to be revealed. I have to resist the need to control the outcome and let spirit take over. Ernest Holmes says, when a problem confronts you, take it into the silence of your consciousness. God does not have problems. Therefore, the divine mind is the answer to every human problem. It's helpful to be open to receive, whether receiving ideas or feedback from others or listening to the still small voice of inner wisdom. There is a gift to receive when we allow something new. There's always a gift to receive when we allow something new. I did the all in there. Well, all in all, I think it's pretty good reading. I think this month's readings are good. They're to the point. They're not complicated. They're straightforward. They have a message. Usually there's a story behind them which helps sell the point that she's trying to make. I think it's pretty good. And she gives us an affirmation, which I think all of us really should practice. I'm willing to listen and allow inner guidance. I am willing to listen and allow inner guidance. So sometimes we just and jump into something that we should have stepped back, followed our intuition and allowed, because how many times have you actually ended up in the middle of something that had you listened to your intuition, you would never got involved in the first place? So I think we're all guilty of not listening to our intuition enough. So my friends, that's my contribution for today. My colleague, Reverend Lisa, will have a different contribution tomorrow morning at 9:15. And I'll be back tomorrow evening at 5 with another contribution. So check out Creative Life Spiritual Center's Facebook page and look at the service for today. I mean, you can skip through parts of it. And also, it will be on YouTube, I guess, later this evening or tomorrow morning. And that is my offering for today. My knowingness for today is peace, love, and harmony for each one of you. And I claim this as truth, and I release it and let it go. So it is.